Just to give you all context, this is like India and Sri Lanka playing in the Asia Cups or World Cup, Cricket World Cup finals, right? This is the best of India versus the best of Sri Lanka. You gotta understand the significance of this moment for women's combat sports in South Asia, Shyam, in Rayota.
Yeah, and Vaishnavi Gandhi looking very confident walking to the ring. She's an internationally ranked MMA fighter, has loads of K1 and Muay Thai experience. And as Nimesha was the first to mention, probably her toughest test so far, has techniques much better than what she's seen in the past. And this is a real litmus test for Sri Lanka's combat queen.
Let me tell you something else. Vaishnavi Gandhi has also managed to harness the adoration of many a Sri Lankan male fan. You should see the social media outpour of, oh my goodness, I am supporting India this time. Simply because of this young girl's looks and charisma. Here comes Sri Lanka's number one undefeated, undisputed female champion of the decade. Nimesha Kumari is here. She's ready to show the world what she's got, and she's also here tonight to shut down a few criticisms or a few doubts that people may have about her ability in defending herself against a girl of Vaishnavi's caliber. Vaishnavi is here with some strong kicks and whatnot, but Nimesha has yet not really had a problem facing any opponent put in front of her.
That's the most intriguing part about this matchup, because look at what Nimesha is up against. Vaishnavi Gandhi is no joke. She's ranked number 274th according to Tabology in MMA. This girl it's about martial arts, right? She is proficient in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, kickboxing, everything. And Nimesha is going up against someone like that. And so far, Nimesha has been successful, but no one can deny that this is a huge step up in competition for Nimesha. For Nimesha.
Yeah,
100% you're on the money with that, right? This is a huge step up. And also, you know what? What's the point in not having a huge step up?
That's
all
the
right,
thing.
ladies
You
and
gotta get
gentlemen,
better.
I'm going to need you all to get really loud for this one. Fight fans from Colombo, Kandy, Kurunagala, from wherever in the country you are at, make some noise. This is the first female bout of the night and your co-main event of the evening. Three 3-minute rounds in the bantamweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, a Muay Thai fighter standing 5 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in at 52 kilograms, representing Team India, Vaishnavi Gandhi. And introducing next, her opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, a boxer and a K1 fighter, undefeated in Sri Lanka. Standing 5 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in at 52 kilos, fighting for Team Sri Lanka, the K1 Queen of Sri Lanka, Nimesha Kumari. And when the battle begins, please welcome your referee for this bout, Ketaki Abesekara. Fight fans, let's go to war!
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-main event in the bantamweight division of KFL. From the red corner, representing India, Vaishnavi Gandhi, age 21, standing at 5 feet 3 inches tall. And representing the blue corner, from Sri Lanka, Nimesha Kumari, at the age of 22. She is 5 feet 3 inches tall and weighing in at, both fighters weighing in at 52 kilograms.
Both girls evenly matched in the sense of size and weight. I just want to go to sleep and wake up to the result. I can't. Something about this matchup, right?
Vaishnavi running to the center.
Round one.
Vaishnavi laying it on Nimesha early on in the round.
This is definitely the toughest opponent Nimesha would have had faced in her career.
Oh, and Nimesha's
right
usual
hand.
strategy seems to be working, but she gets caught, and Vaishnavi gets caught. Vaishnavi catches Nimesha with a left hand right on the chin.
Nimesha's pressure is what's going to work for her, I feel like, in this fight.
Yes, absolutely. And you know, kudos to Vaishnavi because the usual strategy that Nimesha used. There you go, she gets caught.
That right hand was a big one.
See, the usual strategy Nimesha is using will use. You know, Vaishnavi has proved that it won't work against her so far.
I was talking to Lionel Hopping earlier. I was like, so what's the difference between the previous fighter to this one? And he was like, we bought a girl who can match and overpower Nimesha in every sense. And
You know, Nimesha has got caught, champion.
yep.
Yep. Team India is bringing it.
No, they're very confident about this fight. The entire contingent is very confident about this fight, and they say that this is the answer to Nimesha Kumari apparently.
No, Vaishnavi's movement combats well against Nimesha's usual style of fighting.
Yes.
Correct.
The teep kick, the leg kick, and the 1-2s. She charges into the 1-2s. That's forward pressure. There she goes. She gets caught.
Referee Ketaki putting it down and laying the law just there.
Wow. Vaishnavi showing some really good movement there, getting away from
And Nimesha-
Nimesha's pounce. And then exiting with a body kick of her own as well. And again,
But you know,
Nimesha seems to be the stronger of the two. Though,
that's the
when
thing.
they get
Nimesha's
close.
Nimesha's chin is on a whole other level. I know I've used that phrase a lot during this whole event, but I'm just saying she gets caught, but she keeps coming forward.
And a pattern we've seen with the Indian fighters thus far is that they've faded towards the end of fights. The Sri Lankan fighters seemed to have the better cardio, and there's no questioning Nimesha Kumari's cardio.
That's so
I
true.
was having a conversation during the break with one of the referees as well, and even he said, it's weird how they just keep fading towards the end.
But can I just say something that's funny?
Okay.
Final 10 seconds. Hold on. Ooh. Nimesha seemed to be getting the better of the first round in the second half. She landed more strikes, but Vaishnavi had real good moments. You know what I was going to say? Pardon my language, but the women's fight didn't seem to have any B word. The guys were complaining a lot to the referees, he hit me here, but the girls are just fighting on without anything.
Sanitha, my friend, after this thing is done, you and I are going to have a conversation about the human anatomy. All right?
No, I'm just saying they didn't they didn't bicker, they didn't complain, they were just fighting.
I don't blame you. I blame your teachers.
Yeah,
I
getting
blame your teachers.
a little bit about the fight. It's clear seeing what Vaishnavi has done in all her time in India, that she settles into a rhythm really easily, and it's testament to Nimesha's style. It's very difficult to find a rhythm against this girl.
I'm going to say the first round went to Vaishnavi Gandhi.
I mean, it was a close
say
round,
so,
Senator.
confidently.
Yeah, it was a close fight,
It
Senator.
was a close round, but I'm going to say the first round went to Vaishnavi.
I'm kind of going to align myself with Sanitha on this one.
I'm gonna say I have no idea that who that round went to. I hope somebody puts some distance between themselves and the other in the next few rounds.
This grappling is not allowed, right?
I mean,
she's
it's
breaking off the
up to Ketaki to break it up.
Okay.
Ooh, the clinch is getting out of hand, and referee Ketaki separating the two fighters.
Both girls having the same hairstyles. Who knows? Maybe they could, after this. I'm sure they're going to be very good friends once this fight is done.
Coach Jamita Bandara is yelling, charge forward, pressure, pressure.
And
one of the best striking coaches in Sri Lanka, if not the best.
In the interview that Vaishnavi did with Yug Sensei, she said she really specializes in the clinch, but when they get into the clinch, Nimesha seems to be stronger and really wearing on Vaishnavi physically.
Yeah, definitely.
That now Nimesha, that's Muay Thai instinct right there.
Yeah.
Nothing else to be said about it. Ketaki Abesekwe issuing a warning to Nimesha Kumari.
Yeah, Nimesha seems to be landing cleaner strikes and more strikes.
And Vaishnavi
doing the same thing.
Favor returned. Okay, now we're equal.
Yeah, and I mean, you can't blame the young Indian guy either. This is a fight at the end of the day.
It is. And on some level, there is a lot more pride at stake for both of these girls.
But I want to say, considering the first round, right? Nimesha didn't get caught as she did in the first round.
Yeah.
Vaishnavi had landed a lot of significant strikes, damaging strikes to Nimesha in the first round than this round, at least thus far. She doesn't seem to be slowing down though. But Nimesha's cardio, it's very tough.
Ooh, a big left hook lands on Nimesha Kumari, and she did freeze there for a second.
You can't wobble Nimesha. It's very tough to wobble Nimesha. Her chin is like granite.
Oh, two right hands landing there when in close for Nimesha Kumari. This is a close round.
This is a very close round.
There you go, her trademark kick to the groin.
The referee needs to break off this clinch. Nice.
Broke it off just in time there.
Last 10 seconds. Coach Jamita Bhandari yelling, screaming.
That was a bit naughty.
And the end of the fight. Wow. Interesting fight. Very interesting fight. The judges are going to have a fun time scoring this one.
Okay, how are you going to score round two? Revata.
I would say Nimesha landed more, if I'm correct, but Vaishnavi did have her moments as well, that left hook landing. And one thing, Nimesha's body language as well, even if you look in the corner, that very just calm, deep breath in, deep breath out, keeping to a rhythm of breathing. Vaishnavi looking a little bit more tired. I think, again, very tough 2 rounds to score, but in this third round, if Vaishnavi does fade, I think it could very well be 1-1 going into the third.
So it's
very
going to
even fight so
It's
far.
probably going to boil down to this round and who's got the better cardio.
That is what it comes down to, cardio.
Young Vaishnavi looks a little bit out of breath, and
But she is calm.
she is calm, a whole lot more calmer than her entire contingent put together.
Third and final round.
Nimesha definitely starting out getting the better of that exchange.
Break off the clinch. Nice.
Nice stiff jab there. Vaishnavi seemed to roll with it well and gets it again on the bridge of her nose as well.
Vaishnavi's footwork, I have to say, it's phenomenal right now. Oh! See, Nimesha is very smart. She didn't let her parry. Man, the ferocity of Nimesha Kumari is she's like a beast. Oh! That was a close, very close exchange.
Starting the combination with the teep there and going with a patented left-right straight.
A jab.
Man, this fighting behind a jab, one of the fundamentals of striking. Nimesha is having a lot of success with that here.
Vaishnavi landed 2 knees in the clinch. So the thing is, the second knee doesn't count for pointing in K1. You can only land 1 knee in the clinch. Ooh, an outside leg kick by Nimesha.
This round, definitely Nimesha Kumari's thus far.
She seems to be in a lot more control.
The thing with Nimesha is volume. It's just a lot of punches. Not a knockout artist, but a volume puncher. That's what Nimesha Kumari is. Oh, and she gets caught
That caught in the chin.
with a left hook. Nimesha is well coached, I would say. Ooh, a stiff jab by Vaishnavi.
Nimesha returned with her own and then a right hand. And another stiff jab. Wow. Such clinical work behind that jab by Nimesha this round.
Coach Jamita wants Nimesha to pressure.
He is so
And a
animated
right this time as well. Wow, man. Nimesha wearing her opponents down as always. Vaishnavi is a very different lady to the one who started that first round.
In every exchange, in almost every exchange, Vaishnavi lands a punch or two. But Nimesha just pressures
Getting
her.
the better of it all each time in this round thus far.
Straight 1-2s by Nimesha.
Last 10 seconds of this bout. This is such a
raring to
tense
go.
matchup.
Final seconds. These ladies have to put it all out there.
Oh,
Nimesha
wow.
punching in.
That's it.
Wow. I mean, dominant round for Nimesha Kumari. If that round was the fight, that's Nimesha's fight.
You know, we need to have 2 more rounds, guys. That was
Exactly, Senator.
beautiful.
If you have the best of the best fighting, make it 5 rounds.
Make it 5 rounds.
Ideally.
The championship rounds. But
Should have
it's,
done that.
regardless of that, it was a very, it lived up to the hype, I would say. I loved it. I loved every second, every minute of it. It was a beautiful chess match. And I don't know who won. Not gonna lie.
Let's also spare a moment for Vaishnavi Gandhi right now. You know, she came, she didn't brag too much.
No, absolute professionalism by Vaishnavi Gandhi.
Yeah.
She came into enemy territory and he just handled herself absolutely well. And that's how it should be.
You know, both these girls, right? They fought with so much respect and they fought with so much valor.
It's about competition, you know. Nimesha never talks trash, and Vaishnavi Gandhi never talked trash either.
She did not.
But it was all about competition.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we go to the judges' decision, can we hear it once more for these two absolute queens? Vaishnavi Gandhi from India and Nimesha Kumari from Sri Lanka. Let's hear it one more time, Colombo! After 3 intense rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All judges have decided, declaring the winner by unanimous decision. And still undefeated from Team Sri Lanka, Nimesha Kumari.
Check out that emotion on that girl's face, in her body language and everything. This means so much more
Ladies
than
and
everything else put
gentlemen,
together.
your winner for the bantamweight division is Nimesha Kumari. And of course, your runner-up representing India is Vaishnavi Anil. Round of applause, please, for both of these fantastic women. We'd like to invite our runner-up, Vaishnavi Anil, to receive her check of 50,000 rupees. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause, please, for Vaishnavi Anil. Thank you very much. And of course, your winner for tonight, representing Sri Lanka, Nimesha Kumari. To give away Nimesha's check, I think we'd also like to invite Hot Seats Unlimited, your all-in-one travel plan and solutions provider. We'd like to invite Ms. Fiona Impett, the Managing Director of Hot Seats Unlimited, to present the winner's check. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, receiving a check of 100,000 rupees, courtesy of Hot Seats Unlimited. Another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for the one, the only, Nimesha Kumari. Nimesha, before you leave, ඔත් එක පොඩ්ඩක් කතා කරන්න කැමති අපි එමු රින් එකේ මැද්දට. අද දවසේ ජයග්‍රහණයට ලොකු ප්‍රෙෂර් එකක් තියෙන්න ඇති මේ ෆයිට් එක වෙනුවෙන්. මොකද හිතෙන්නේ දැන් මේ වෙලාවේ?
ඇත්තටම ගොඩක් සතුටුයි. මගේ ඔපොනන්ට් හොඳ ෆයිට් එකක් දුන්නා. ඒ වගේම මට මෙතනට එන්න උදව් කරපු ඉස්සෙල්ලා මතක් කරන්න ඕන මගේ කෝච් ජමිත ගාන් බණ්ඩාර සර්, ඒ වගේම මගේ ටීම් එකේ අය, ඒ වගේම මට අනුග්‍රහය දක්වන ඒෂියන් සිකියුරිටි ගෲප් ආයතනයේ දිමන්ත ජයවර්ධන සර් ඇතුළු ඒ පිරිසට ගොඩක් ස්තුතියන් දෙනවා. මේ වගේ අවස්ථාවක් ලැබුණේ කේෆෙල් එක නිසා. දයන් සර් ඇතුළු ඒ ක්‍රූ එකට ගොඩක් ස්තුතියන් දෙනවා.
Thank you very much, Nimesha. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. The undefeated Nimesha Kumari remains undefeated.